Well, welcome viewers. Here we are once again. It's on Monday afternoon with Barry Peatling. Good afternoon, Barry.
Good afternoon, viewers, and good afternoon, everybody else. It's quite our sort of day today.
Yeah, it's a good day, and you've had a few viewers today, haven't you?
Yeah, I've got some new viewers for my YouTube. There's a lot of the Tuesdays with Barry people watching it down the... It's up to over 200 viewers now, so it's... Things catching on, Colin.
Starting to catch on.
Plenty of variety. Plenty of variety in this business.
Do you have anything to say to your new viewers?
Well, no, just keep viewing because it's we try to be a little bit different every week and have not too monotonous, and
it's the new viewers that keep you in business.
Well, that's right. Yeah.
All right. Well, let's quickly look at this. This is Peatling's absence will swing game in Ararat's favour.
Yes, Colin, I'll review the viewers of this new headline 30, 40 years ago. The last home and away game, got injured in the last 5 minutes, the last home and away game against Stemburla, had a very serious knee injury or whatever it was, and missed the finals. And that was the headline. I was only 18 there. First season up in Rapagna in the Women's League, which was probably recognised as the best competition outside the VFL back in them days. And that was the headline on the Friday's paper.
Very good. And some of the experts were saying they still think that they're going to back Morgan and Ian Morgan, and also they're still going to go for Rapagna, despite...
Well, we did scrape home by 3 points, Colin.
Did you play again that year?
That was the final, the last game.
Oh.
We won the first semi-final. We got knocked out got knocked out pretty easy in the preliminary final. But that was a very...
And the year after you won it.
And I was playing that year and we won the flag. First flag ever in Rapagna.
Wow. And they've been going for a while, I imagine, like
well,
country teams.
1910.
Okay, so for 50 odd years...
That was the first year we made the finals.
Yep, 50 odd years. First year you probably played the full season.
Won the flag.
Won the flag. Fair effort.
And I think it was a pretty good effort for 19 or 18, nearly 19-year-old rover.
You carried the team.
Well, the only funny part about it, I was in hospital, and when the paper came out on the Friday morning, they wouldn't bring the paper into the...
Because it upset you?
I reckon it upset. They would have sparked me right up. How stupid were they?
Name in the headlights.
Like, back page, for God's sake, if you don't mind. So there you go.
Well, let's get stuck straight into the game, Barry. Tell us about the weather and the conditions.
The weather was pretty good, as a matter of fact, but the trouble is, I cannot believe that the top side in this competition in the last 3 years, the ground was a disgrace. It was a pigsty.
Explain.
It was mud around the wings in the middle, and I'll tell you what, if Mother had a son playing for YCWs, not even, say, 5'5" and under, you wouldn't see him down the end of her in the ground. The biggest skip I've ever seen. It's like a big half moon. Most ridiculous ground I've ever seen or watched a game in my life. Plus it was a pigsty. And you ought to be ashamed of yourself, YCW. Get alive.
So
get the ground fixed up. And
a message to the curator?
Yeah, well, the dip was...
Well, message to the curator is get a curator.
Get a curator, but the ground was a 4 foot dip from the middle. When you work it out, the fellow's 5'5", you wouldn't see him. And you could hardly see the game. So get alive, watch it, get the ground fixed up.
Right.
Otherwise I won't go and watch it anymore.
Strong, strong words.
Out.
Strong words.
Vicious, yeah.
Tell us, are there any changes?
Oh, about
Was
400.
there a change?
About 400.
400?
Changes out. I'm not going to get this all right here, but I know Harrison, Warner, done a hamstring of training. Nyes done his ankle training. Then Alan got a shoulder reconstruction. Michael Salem got Cook on the Saturday morning, he was there. Couldn't play. And in come in, we had Nathan James from the under-18s, Luke Clark from the under-18s, Michael Dyer from the seconds, Dougie Lee come in. First game for about 3 or 4 years. Done alright too. Odell, Nana and Niders. I think there's about 8 or 9 changes.
Wow.
And so we had half a side missing, Colin.
A huge loss. So did that reflect the game?
And he wonders why we only kicked 1 goal late.
Okay, well we'll get into the first half. We'll just talk about the first half.
Yeah, it wasn't much action because all action
Did Chelsea kick a goal in the first half?
Yeah, second quarter, Sammy Carton kicked the first goal.
Okay.
But there's nothing much to talk. But YCW, I mean, they were too big, too strong, too good, and we only had half the units on the side. It was But in the first quarter, what do you think's happened? Number 4 has gone down the hamstring.
Louis?
Hey, Louis, yeah, first 15 minutes.
So he's gone for a while now.
Oh,
Yeah,
I've got to ring him up this afternoon and see how he hardly walk. He was off, so we had virtually 10 players.
Okay, so how many goals did they kick up to half time?
Well, I'll give you the score. Give
us a score.
Here, you can read it out. 4-4.
I'll
read it out.
Oh, I better get it. There we go.
We both got it here.
Okay, 4-4 to 0-1 first quarter. Then half time 10-6 to 1-4.
Wait a minute. The first quarter, Colin. We had 2 fellas running in the goal in the first quarter. One was Carmody. They 10 yards, missed a goal. We should have been 3 goals won in the first quarter. And young Matty Pontley missed a sitter at 5 yards out.
Okay, so
but as it turned
could have been goals there. So 3/4 time, 15 goals, 14 to
Chelsea.
Chelsea.
No, do the half-time score first.
Yeah, I gave that.
Oh, you did it, yeah?
10-6. So it's 15 goals, 14 to 1 goal, 4 to Chelsea. So not much happened there for Chelsea.
Not a thing.
Not a skerrick.
But the last quarter, we had a chance to kick 2 or 3 goals. I think the confidence shot. Do we finish up kicking 4 points in the last quarter, I think.
4 points. So 20 goals, 22, 142 to 1 goal, 8, 14.
The percentage is going to be knocked down.
So they have to win game. So,
but Seaford, they only got beaten by Mount Eliza by 10 points. And Bond Beach only got beaten by Coringal by 4 goals. So they've improved, Seaford.
That's a pretty disgraceful score though, Barry.
Look, you can't blame the personnel on the ground on Saturday afternoon was like a second game playing. I mean, YCW is, I reckon, they're not a cut above everyone else, but they are probably the best side I've seen for probably about 12 years at the moment. But you can't expect to have 9 people not in the side, and then you lose your star wingman captain in the first 15 minutes, Colin. What can you expect? I'll tell you about I'll just tell you about the first half. But
oh yeah, tell us about the first half.
Carmody and Sammy Carpenter, they're really putting their heart and soul into it. And DeLuca and Jason Clark, they were holding their. Actually, he didn't have a big impact on the game on Saturday. He's done a right thing, but I reckon Clark and DeLuca held their own most of the day. And Jason Clark played a very good game. But after half time, DeLuca was holding Eames in a ruck, and of course Clark was going. Sorry, Sammy Carpenter and Carmody, and they played well all day, but there wasn't much to talk about that game, Tom, because they were just too good, too strong, and we were injuries crippled them, as I said the headline.
So who kicked the goal?
Sammy Carpenter kicked the goal in the second quarter. That's the only goal
kicker.
There
we go. That's the list.
One goal kicker.
Now give us your group of best players.
Yeah, I will. Actually, they done play pretty well considering all the difficulties that they're under. And McLeod, Jason Clark, Sammy Carpenter, Carmody, DeLuca, Finney Moore, we put in. He's a tough cookie, Finney Moore. And Dougie Lee played a good game. He had about 10 or 12 possessions, Dougie, his first game, and he showed up all right. Well done, Doug.
Very good. So maybe the spur on you gave him a few weeks ago. Maybe is the...
Yeah, he said to me a couple of weeks, he said, "Oh, thanks very much, Barry." I said, "Well, it's my pleasure, mate." And
he's a regular fixture now on the Barry Peatling channel.
Well, he played very well, I'm telling you.
I'll give us the votes. 1 vote.
1 vote to Jason Clark for a very good, and especially the last quarter, Colin.
Okay.
He played he got about half a dozen hits out in the last quarter and beat the big games.
2 votes.
2 votes to Nigel Carmody, played well all day.
And finally...
Of course, number 9, Sammy
3 votes.
Sammy Carpenter.
Sammy Carpenter.
Unbelievable game, Ross.
So there's the votes. Any highlights? Give us the highlights package.
Well, there's a lot of it wasn't too many highlights. There's a few comments I'm going to make about the game. I'll tell you about the game, that the ground and the umpire and the fair.
So not much of no highlights package.
No highlights.
Comments on the game.
Comments on the game, but the umpires, especially this woman umpire. One stage in the third quarter, Colin, there's a bit of a mix-up, and the 2 umpires wouldn't sort of working out what's going on. The ball was in the forward line. We had a 50-metre penalty. But then this woman yelled out, and we couldn't hear her. The voice was too... The other umpire couldn't hear her, so the play went on. But she was hopeless. She could not umpire, that girl.
So are you a sexist, misogynist pig?
No, look, I've seen it. I've seen a few...
So your female viewers now switching off?
No, the female... Don't worry about the female. I like the females, but she just couldn't handle the pressure, this girl. And I reckon at a rough, I think it was about a rough count I had at half, about 3/4 time, we had 6 free kicks to them 22. Which is ridiculous.
Mm.
I know that these umpires and this competition do favour the top sides, they do. I'm telling you now they do. But it was disgraceful. You ask any of the Chelsea supporters the next few days about that game, the worst exhibition of umpire I've ever seen.
Not too happy.
No.
So you weren't happy with the game.
Now another thing I was going to say about Chelsea, as I said to Dougie, he handled himself very well for his first game, and because that was playing against the top side. He had probably about 10 or 12 possessions. I must say something about Bradley Clark. He got best on the ground the under-18s, and front up and played the 4 game in seconds. Done all right.
Wow.
What about that?
How good's that? Now, you wanted to tell us about Chappell's comments after the game.
Yeah, I must say a thing about Chappell. He spoke very, very well after the game, because he could have got in there and started lambasting him and saying, oh, what are you doing? He said, look, with the cattle we had out in the ground today, it was, and he gave the supporters a bit of a rap to it. They all come into the room, which I was there, and he said, look, stick with it. We can't, look, what we had, all the injuries, you can't expect to play against a top side with a good side, let alone 9 changes, Colin.
Mm.
And he gave the players a good rap, and they were quite happy. And I was quite happy too about it, because it was spoke very well.
Very good. Are you going to tell us about next week?
Yeah, it's going to be a very important game, because I don't know how many. Well, I think it's Benbow. I reckon 2 weeks, but we beat Mornington by 15 goals 6 weeks ago, but they've improved the last few weeks, Mornington. They beat Secret 3 weeks ago.
Would you say danger game?
Well, they're all going to be danger games now, Con, because we've got half a side, and Louis going to, I don't know, I'll ring him up tonight and see how he's going, but I think he looks like he'll be at least 2 or 3 weeks. Harrison's got to be another 4 weeks.
Mm.
Damon's going to be another 3 weeks. And Joel Cunley's got the sooks. He don't know what's going with him. They might be able to work something, get a contract for him, and but there's not much to come in. We're gonna be struggling. But we're still 2 games clear of Seaford and Bond Beach.
Need to win a few games.
And then we play Bond Beach the week after at Bond Beach.
A few danger games.
With Shane McDonald back on the side. See?
So it's this week, Saturday.
Yeah, across the road.
Okay, so be there 2:15 sharp.
I might risk Benja. I don't know. I might have to, because he looks pretty fit apparently. I haven't seen him.
Oh, the mystery man.
Yeah, 2:15 next Saturday afternoon. Chelsea forwards, get down there and
hopefully a win.
Your side.
All right. Well, that's goodbye from me.
Goodbye from me, and goodbye from everybody else.
I've never expected an easy day, boys. Fuck it up for it.
Come on!
Let's make it a bit of a shit fight.
Hard work!
Fuck it up, but we enjoy doing it. Okay? One thing we won't have a go at today is anyone in this room, because there's going to be effort, correct? There's got to be effort.
Come on!
There's got to be effort. Move the footy and back yourself to score. Come on. Alright? When the ball's on the ground, enjoy the fact that Chelsea's the one who says the ball up. We're going to give it to the umpire. Okay? In numbers. Come on! In numbers.
All day, boys!
Non-stop chirp. Let them know they're in for a day, boys.
Enjoy
this, okay? Enjoy the fact that, as I said, you look at the odds, fucking give it sports bet, boys, and we're fucking 300 to 1. Yeah! It's good to be the underdog. Come on! It's good to be the underdog. Make sure it's quarter time we're in the game. Come on! Little things. Quarter time we're in the game. Quarter time we're in the game. No blowout. No 2 or 3 goals in a row without a fucking real heart. Come on! We'll win this game. Say, scores level right now. Let's go and enjoy this. That's not a reflection on our season where we did. That's nothing to do with it, okay? The circumstance, the way it is, and what's heartening is the amount of people that are in here at half time, the amount of people that are in here now. Okay, we are going to get through this together. Alright, and it starts on the track on Tuesday. We got that? Everyone on the track on Tuesday. So we get a few back in. But there's some guys who stood up that, we might have found one. DJ, we might have found one today. Alright, so there's some efforts out there that I was really happy with. And that's, Sammy Nudge, Benny Finney guard, Jay Clark all day.
Clarky.
To me, there's some real positives, guys, and that's Rip's here. Scoreboard, sometimes is irrelevant and doesn't paint the picture. We know the predicament we're in today. We gave 100%. And sometimes it's just hard to keep getting back in the ring when you're getting knocked out each time. I just reckon we kept getting back in the ring, and that's a real credit to us, okay? That's done. Wipe our wounds. Okay? It'd be a really good opportunity tonight to get back to the club, just have a couple of beers, okay?
Stick together, boys.
Have a couple of beers. What's happening to me, as I said? The amount of people in the room here now, the amount of people that are in here half time, everyone knows the predicament we're in. Outside the footy club, I couldn't give a fuck. That's what we're about. Mornington next week, that's our sole focus. We've got a job to do. Okay, everyone on the track Tuesday. Monday, if you're sore, if you've got any drums at all, get the jack sticks, no shortcuts. Alright? What we've got at the moment is 21 players who can't play, so you've got to realise you're a real valuable commodity. So if you've got any sore spots, get them checked out. Besides that, the effort there today, boys, fantastic. Timo, putting your hand up to come and play one. Good work, mate. As I said, you get to a game, things don't go right. You lose Slicker before the game. You lose two blokes last night. You lose a runner at half time. Things just weren't going our way today.
Not a good day, mate. Not a good day.
But as I said, that day's done. We had to come and get 30. We've done it. It's gone. Wipe it. Get it out of your head. What we do now is get ourselves ready for Mornington. As simple as that.
Well done.